Pisces, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Pisces Tarot reading. I'm sorry it has been so long since I published the last Pisces reading for you. These past 3 months have been a lot for me to deal with. It's been a string of things right one after the other. I ended up getting called into court to testify against my son's mom in a custody case that she was in with her other kids and the father of those kids. I got stuck in the middle of all that. That was no fun to deal with, and then things escalated from there and it got a lot worse. So that's where I've been. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to you, Pisces. I've been back for like 10 days or so now, but it's legitimately taken this long for me to get through all 12 of the signs, and I know it sucks that you guys come last. I think I'm going to have to reorganize how I have the water signs, because you guys have gone last the entire time I've had my channel, and it's time to do something different here. So I might reorganize that for the next batch of readings that come out. Anyway, today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here for October 2023, Pisces. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in October. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Pisces, 3 cards for your person. Then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's start by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Pisces and their romantic person of interest here in October 2023, please. It's like we had a lot fighting to try and come out there. There's probably more, but we're trying to keep it this for right now. I know Cancer's reading went off the hook with extra cards. It ended up being way longer than I wanted it to be. Same thing happened to Scorpio. Not quite as long, but damn close. It's like you guys are, the water signs are going through it right now. What's going on with you, Pisces? What's going on with Pisces as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in October 2023? Let's get 3 cards for what's going on with Pisces and this connection. Okay, we're taking extra cards for you too. All 3 of those at the end. Okay. I see. I don't know if you noticed. I'm catching myself doing it now. Normally when cards come out upside down, I just automatically flip them right side up, because I don't read reversals. All the meanings are in the cards, and it's like hard to see that when it's upside down. That one came out upside down. I flipped it right side up. The only time I don't do that is if I get yelled at to not do that. So that didn't happen there. What's going on with your person, Pisces? What's going on with Pisces' romantic person of interest as it relates to Pisces and the connection between them in October 2023, please? Notice how they don't seem to want to talk. It's like pulling teeth to get anything out of them. I got to check and see if anything flipped over in here, because that felt funny several different times. No. What's going on with Pisces' person of interest there? Okay. Look, they're getting the same amount of cards you got. What in the world is going on with this? What is going on with this? Oh, going to be very interesting trying to fit all of this here. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 9 of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is one step backwards from the 10 of Cups that we all want, that happy fairy tale ending, that happy fairy tale love connection, romance that we all want, like true love, happily ever after. This is a step backwards from that. This is a singles energy. It's not about being combined together and happy and fully in love. This is being emotionally single, maybe emotionally independent. This card also represents personal happiness and personal wish fulfillment. Underneath that, we have the 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. This is also a singles energy. There's 2 cards in the deck for me that mean singles energy. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. You have both of them right back to back here. This is like being single in the emotional world, and this is being single in the physical reality, like not being physically combined together into one unit or one household. And then I have the Queen of Cups, which is usually Cancer energy, could totally be Pisces energy. This is a person who has a lot of love and emotions that they want to give. It's also usually a person who is emotionally guarding themselves. In a standard tarot deck, the Queen of Cups is the only character that has a lid on her cup. And she's doing that to protect her emotions from getting contaminated because she's been hurt before and she doesn't want that to happen again. So she's kind of guarded, but she really wants to take the lid off the cup and pour her love into someone. So this is telling me that there's this underlying love here, probably some intuitive knowing and intuition happening, but then there's also two singles energies here. That's the gist of what it looks like this is going to talk to me about, and I definitely see something leading to that here in your energy. We might have to come back to that as we go along. I'm not sure yet. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you some way here in October 2023, Pisces. It doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes they do this and you suffer the consequences, or vice versa. Sometimes they do or say something and then you feel all of this, or vice versa. Sometimes there's some external stuff happening that's affecting you both, and even then it doesn't have to affect you exactly the same way. Normally I get one card here, I got two. I got the Seven of Wands, wow, and the Eight of Wands. What are the odds of that they come out sequentially like that in order? This is progressing energy. Wands are passion, wands are desire. The Seven of Wands is Leo energy. This is a defensive energy. This is like defending my position on something, or defending my stance on something, or being willing to fight to protect something that I value, or something that I believe in, or fight for something that I want, that I desire. Can even be willing to fight for the connection itself. It's shared energy here. This is defensive energy, and these other wands represent other people and other stuff coming at someone and them defending against it. Sometimes it's defending against accusations. Sometimes it's like fighting for the connection. Next we have Eight of Wands, which is the next step. Excuse me. This is the second fastest moving energy in the deck. It's very fast forward movement. It can be rapid back and forth passionate communication happening here. This could be rapid movement or progress on something there's a lot of passion or desire for. It can also just represent that there is a lot of energy coming at you guys all at one time. Like it's a lot. Too much to handle, too much to process. It would be like drinking out of a fire hose. It'll blow you halfway down the street. So this can be like an overwhelming feeling, an overwhelming amount of energy. It can sometimes represent travel. Let me clarify this and see what else I can find out. I'm going to have to move that. There we go. Tell me more about the Seven and Eight of Wands. Why is that the shared energy for Pisces and their person here in October 2023, please? Just relentless extra cards here. Sheesh. Don't know where that one fits in. I think it was in here, but I'm not sure that it's even going to matter. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to matter. I'm putting it there. Man. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is like an abundant, like nurturing type of an energy. This would be like a wife figure or a mother figure, or in the idea that we're like not at the 10 of Pentacles, we're backwards a step from that. She is half of the equation that builds the 10 of Pentacles. The other half's the King of Pentacles. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I do have King of Pentacles out here on your person's side of the table. And another card that is out here in the shared energy is right there with that King of Pentacles. This could represent wife figure, or the person that I'm building my life around, like the centerpiece of the home and the family type of a figure. The other piece, the King, would be husband figure. But we have something where that's not togetherness here. Yeah, Four of Wands. This is Aries energy. Fours are stability. This is stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. This is a celebration of the home and the family. This is like engagements, weddings, being married, having a happy, stable home life. And now we're going backwards in energy from the Four of Wands to the Three of Wands. More Aries energy, but this is an energy of waiting. This is an energy of like, I'm at this beginning stage of manifesting the thing that I want, and I've chosen the path that gets me to what I want, and I've started down the path, and I've taken steps on something, and I believe that the thing I want's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, and I'm waiting on it to get here. Well, this is the celebration of it manifesting. Like, you're not waiting anymore, it's here. That's why they're celebrating. The Four Wands there represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting, and here we're like one shy of having 1111. So, and now we're getting really screwy, because now I have the Five of Wands. So I've got 435. It's all out of whack and out of order, and something's off here. Like, something's way off here. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict, so this would be conflict in the desires, like an internal conflict in terms of what is it that I actually want, and a piece of me wants this, and a piece of me wants this other thing, and I'm like torn between these two. I'm internally conflicted about it. Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Pentacles do represent physical things, so assets and resources could be that. This is typically an energy you would see of like someone who's holding on to a person they don't want to let go of, or someone who's being like greedy and selfish and stingy and it's mine and you can't have any, and it's like they're trying to hold on to their money or something. There's some sort of an internal conflict here. Something is way off. This is underlying this energy of like being defensive, and then all this really fast happening, something happening fast. When I clarify this, I get the Devil, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands again, and the Ten of Swords. The Devil is Capricorn energy. I feel like I've said Capricorn a lot already. We're just getting started. Let's see what I have out here. I've got some more Pisces out here. I've got a little bit of Scorpio. I've got Pisces, Virgo, Cancer, fire energy a couple of times. I've got a little Earth out here. I got some Libra, some more Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo or Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo, a little bit of Gemini. You could be dealing with any of those signs, but you could actually be dealing with any sign. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be really hard to pin down exactly who you're dealing with as an individual person, because I'm not tapping into your energy as an individual person right now. I'm tapping into the collective energy of the Pisces people I get messages for. So it's going to be real hard to pin it all down. So I'm just going to keep calling out the signs as they stick out to me, just in case they mean anything to you. But this is Capricorn energy. This is a heavy toxic energy. Can be obsession. It could be addiction to something. It could be a feeling of being trapped, like I can't escape from something, or like something's controlling me and I don't have any control. A lot of times this is like a piece of a person's shadow, like a piece of themselves that they don't like, and they don't want you to see, and they don't want other people to see, and they don't want to look at themselves. So a lot of times it'll be something they're in denial about even. Usually that's caused from something painful that happened at some point, and that pain was never really properly addressed. It was never really dealt with and healed properly. I mean, pain, it has a message it's trying to deliver to a person, and if you ignore that and you don't receive the message, it's not going to go away. It's going to like be repressed and buried in your shadow and start to manifest itself in like urges and desires and unconscious things that you do, and like general bad stuff you don't want controlling you. And this can even represent that the connection has so much pull to it that you feel bound to it. You feel like you're stuck to it. These are the people from the Lover's card. But here, they're not here by choice. They're here because they're chained to this. Around their neck, they're chained to it, and they can't really escape it. And it's a toxic, distorted environment, which means that there's toxicity in the energy between the two of you here. And that kind of an energy will distort a person too. So like they're growing horns and tails because they've been trapped in this. A lot of times this will be a spot where I feel stuck to this person and I want to fight for it, even though something I don't know what yet has happened. I just know it's not good based on what I'm seeing. Ten of Wands is next. Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried. This is a 10 though, and in tarot 10s are completion, so this is supposed to be the completion of the heavy burden. In other words, getting to the spot where you can lay the burden down and you guys can move forward without it, whatever it is. But someone's burdened by this toxic energy that's kind of under the surface somewhere. But this is usually something someone doesn't have the courage to face, and usually they're in denial about it, which causes them to continue the burden. If this is a toxic relationship and you're staying chained to it, you're continuing to carry the burden by fighting for it, and that's directly, like, fighting for it is the burden, is what this looks like. Next, I have central to all of this is the Knight of Swords. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Directly above it is the second fastest energy in the deck. It's one step faster than this Knight of Swords. So this is screaming something happened very quickly, probably abruptly. This is like, it's about rushing forward and taking a rapid, decisive action on something. It can be rushing forward and speaking the truth in like a cutting way. But usually this is someone who takes some kind of an action that they didn't think about before they did it, and they didn't think about it while they were doing it. They just did it, and then they thought about it after it's already done. This can be like spontaneous, abrupt, like impulsive kind of an energy here, especially when you have the devil in the row with it, being burdened by something toxic that potentially makes me take actions that I don't think through. And then maybe I'm in denial about it and I get defensive about that when anyone brings it up or accuses me of it. Very next card is that Seven of Wands again. Leo energy of being defensive about something, defending my position or my stance on it, possibly defending against accusations. This can also represent, though, because it's shared energy, this could be, yeah, I'm burdened by everything that happened. I'm burdened by the actions that they took and that they didn't think things through, but I still want to fight for this and I still feel bound by it. And this is almost starting to feel like a toxic level of being stuck on someone that isn't good for you. And then possibly even you being defensive to me saying that, for example. Also, it's though wanting to fight for this connection. Even though, like, the next card is the Ten of Swords, Gemini energy. This is a swift, painful ending. Sometimes this is an ending that you didn't see coming, hence the swords being in your back. If you saw that coming, they'd be in your front, not your back. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in the back, getting stabbed in the back, betrayed. No matter how you slice that, this is an ending. But then there's still this fighting for it energy. That's the shared energy that's affecting both of you here in October 2023. It's not uncommon at all at this early stage that I don't fully understand exactly what this is telling me yet. I typically don't fully get this until I get at least part of the way through your energy, Pisces, because then I'll be able to see how it relates and applies to you. I will come back to it again, though, as I go through your person's energy so I can see how it applies to them, too. But that's the shared energy affecting you here in October 2023. Pisces, your energy in this connection. First card is always the most important. You got Knight of Pentacles. Central to your energy is Ace of Cups. And then you had this big explosion for your final card and got 3 cards, which is normally how many I get total, but you got 3 just for your third card. You got the Tower, the Ten of Cups, and Death. That makes a lot of sense compared to what I'm seeing right here. So far, anyway. This Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. It's very slow forward movement, like monotonous. Usually this is somebody wants something to happen at a pretty fast pace, and what they're getting is the slow drip. You know, it's very, very slow and monotonous. Almost feels like nothing's happening. When you're going through this kind of an energy, it feels like the Hanged Man. You almost can't tell the difference between the two because this legit feels like nothing's moving. There is progress happening. There is movement. It's just so damn slow you can't really see it from where you're at. It would be like trying to watch a flower grow. It's actually growing and we know that, but like stare at it all day and you can't tell the difference between, 6 hours ago or 20 hours ago. It looks the same. This can also represent a person who knows what they are supposed to do, but isn't doing it for some reason. In a standard tarot deck, the Knight of Pentacles is holding the Ace of Pentacles, and he's looking at it, and it's in his hand. It's the seed of abundance, the seed that grows into the Ten of Pentacles we all want. It's like the seed of everything. And the fields behind him in the background are completely empty because he just hasn't gotten off his ass and done what he knows he's supposed to do for some reason. So it can represent that, whether that's talking about you not doing something you know you should do, or if this is your person who does stuff that maybe they're not doing what they're supposed to, or the opposite could even be true, where it's a person who knows what they're not supposed to do and does it any damn way. It could be them showing up first for you. So I'm going to clarify this and find out what else we can see here. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. Why is that the first card for Pisces in October 2023? Oh. Knight of Wands on the bottom. This is second fastest knight in the deck. Stark contrast to the slowest knight. So now I've seen 8 of Wands, second fastest overall energy. Knight of Swords, fastest knight. Knight of Wands, second fastest knight. Got a lot of speed happening right here, which goes directly against this whole very slow, I can't see progress movement. This is rushing forward and taking rapid, passionate action on something there's passion and desire for. Sometimes this gets called the player of the tarot deck because it can be that wishy-washy, in and out bullshit kind of an energy of someone who comes rushing in all passionately and they say whatever you want to hear in order to get what they want, and then they rush out somewhere else all passionately and do the same bit there, and then they come back and forth playing two sides of the fence. This can be someone who's non-committal in the sense of they can't stay fully committed to what they say they want. Like they'll say they want something and they'll be gung-ho about it and they'll start doing all this passionate action for it, but then something happens and they change their mind and they go the other direction suddenly. It can be that kind of bullshit energy. Six of Pentacles is right behind that. This is Taurus energy. This is supposed to be balance. It's supposed to be like I scratch your back and you scratch mine. I take care of you and you take care of me. Like balance, equal give and take. We're both putting in and taking out the same amount and it's equal. But this can also represent the merchant, meaning your person who's displaying questionable behavior. It could be the merchant giving to two people in the physical sense, which could be the thing that they know they're not supposed to do and are doing it anyway. Yeah, I have Judgment next, which is looking a lot like this leads to Judgment getting passed. This is passing a final verdict in Judgment in a relationship reading. This is, I'm either calling this dead and over with, and that's the Judgment, or I'm deciding to resurrect this and bring it back to life, and that's the decision. This is like a final decision about the connection. It ain't resurrecting it because I have the Tower right behind that. This is the collapse of something important in your life. This is an important structure that you have in your life that falls apart in front of your eyes. This is like sometimes the collapse of the relationship. Sometimes it's the collapse of a belief system that you have, like this mental model of the world you're operating from, where I believe things are this way and I believe that this is going to happen, and then suddenly something changes that. And now that belief shatters and it's not the same anymore. That's what this kind of represents. Something abrupt and dramatic has changed to where nothing's the same as it was the day before this event happened. It's really hard to see the path moving forward from that, which would explain some of this overwhelm and other burdens and betrayal. It could be any of that kind of stuff. When I clarify this Knight of Pentacles, get the Hierophant, 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords. The Hierophant is the Taurus Major Arcana card. It's the 5 of the Major Arcana. 5s represent conflict. This card rules over the 5s of the 4 suits. I saw an internal conflict, 5 of Wands over here. In your person's energy, getting ahead of myself, I have a 5 of Cups. We got some conflict here. This is a card of commitment, though. This is about being in a committed connection and taking that to the next level, like moving in together, getting engaged, getting married. Like, it's a marriage card. It's about being fully committed and taking it to that level. I've seen the Four of Wands already, and the King and Queen of Pentacles. So it wouldn't surprise me if this reading is about you and a person that you're married to, or were married to, or if you weren't married, you might have been living together. And even if you weren't that, you might have been one of those things where you just spend so much time physically together that you might as well have been married. This is what it's feeling like to me. But definitely some kind of a problem, because I got two singles energies here. And this whole, son of a bitch, I didn't go deep enough under the Queen of Cups. Like the love that's still here, but being guarded. I've got Judgment again, which we just took a look at here. 3 cards deep right before the Tower. So some final decision being made here. Yeah, and more talk about a decision underneath that. 2 of Wands is Aries energy of a fork in the road, a decision point, a crossroads in the relationship. Like, what is it that I want my world to really be like, and which of these 2 paths gets me there? It's that choice. This next card is Leo energy. 6 of Wands is a card of recognition. This is about either you being recognized for something or you coming to some sort of a recognition. I guess it could be you recognizing your person for something, but this is you recognizing something that happens here related to commitment, probably related to like somebody changing their mind and being non-committal, because that's what it looks like you want. The thing you want isn't happening fast, and it's frustrating, and it looks like we got somebody doing shit they're not supposed to do. This is probably that getting recognized, because the next card is the 7 of Swords, Aquarius energy. This is lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with. That's not the only meaning of the card, but when I've got player energy with what looks like someone giving to 2 people physically, and that causing probably the end of the relationship. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune right behind that. There's definitely massive shift in this relationship and a judgment passed on it. I've got some things out here that are looking like something shady, betrayal, like shouldn't have done it, sneaking around happening. Now, in case that doesn't resonate with you, the other meanings of this card can be like self-preservation. Like the person here doesn't want to be hurt, which is why he steals the swords, so they can't be used against him. He doesn't want to be hurt, so he steals them to make sure they can't hurt him. It can also represent leaving something behind, because he can only carry 5 swords and he has to leave the other 2 behind. There's some slow movingness, somebody not doing what they should related to commitment, something getting recognized, and that's either I don't want to be hurt or I'm leaving it behind, or they're sneaking around doing shit they shouldn't be. There's nothing that says it can't be all 3 of those at the same time, and it's just different layers to the onion. Central to your energy in this connection for October 2023, Pisces, Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love and emotions. You can take that 2 different ways. You could take that to be like, that's what the sneaky deceptive behavior is. Your person started a new cup of love somewhere else, and that's part of what you recognized. You could also take this, especially because I see this energy here twice in the shared energy of wanting to fight for it and being almost bound to the burden of this and like the pull of the connection. There's toxicity here, but this might be a case of feeling like, especially for Pisces, I know you guys are like really good at loving people through stuff. This might be a case of thinking you can do that and just love them enough and things will be right. This could be you wanting to fill the cup back up between the 2 of you. In other words, start over at the beginning in terms of love and emotions. It could be either of those 2. They started a new cup, or this is you wanting to fill the cup back up. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups. Why is that central to Pisces energy here? Bottom of the deck. 8 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something to get what you want, or at the very least being willing to put in the work, time, effort, and energy on something to get what you want. This looks like you willing to work on filling this cup back up. Although it could be saying your person started a new cup of love at work, like with someone they work with. It could be either of those. This is you wanting to work on it. It looks like Queen of Pentacles is right behind that Capricorn energy. Like I said, this is like a mother-wife figure, the person that I'm building my life around, physical sense-wise, like family life, home life is built around this person. You're wanting to work on it because that's your role in this connection. That's part of how you view yourself. And you want that back because that brings you happiness. But then there's this Five of Pentacles behind it. So again, I'm getting a lot of physical energy here. A lot of like assets, money, physical world, home, things like that. This is abandonment. It's Taurus energy. Again, fives are conflict. This is abandonment. It's being cast aside, being left out in the cold, being discarded. This is a breakup energy here. It can also sometimes be an energy of a person who, for some reason, is feeling like they're not good enough. Four of Wands. There's been a definite breakup to the stability of this home and family life, the stability of this connection. Like I said, very, very much seeming like I'm talking about married people or people that live together or people that are together so much physically that they might as well just be living together and married. When I clarify this Ace of Cups, I gotta get a drink, I'm sorry. I get the Two of Cups, the Empress, Chariot, Three of Cups. 1, 2, 3 of Cups. In order. With some stuff happening in the middle. Two of Cups is a love connection between two people, an emotional connection between people. This is Cancer energy. It is the step after the Ace of Cups. This is the new beginning. This is now we have a connection going here. It is also a 2, and in tarot, 2s represent a choice or a decision. So this can be a choice about the connection that you're in. This could be your person has now started a new cup of love somewhere, and there is now a choice between two cups of love. It's obvious from your energy that you feel this connection and you have commitment tied to this connection. And it's looking like, even though I recognize some shit I didn't want to see and shouldn't have happened, I still want to work on this and fill the cup back up between us and get our connection back. Next we have the Empress. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She's always pregnant, so she's always birthing something new. She represents the birth of something new in a love reading. Typically that would mean the birth of a new connection, as in your person starting a new cup of love. But it could also just as easily mean wanting to rebirth this connection between the two of you. Again, I'm getting the strong feeling because I keep being hit with it could be A or it could be B. And a lot of times what's really going on when that keeps happening over and over like it is it's actually A and B, not A or B. It's both of those things at the same time. Look, it's like you're wanting to rebirth it, but at the same time, they've got a new cup somewhere and a new connection somewhere, and there has to be a choice, and something new has been birthed. And again, this is the 3 of the major arcana. I've got a 1, a 2, and a 3. It's escalating again, 2 different ways, and this is like recognizing something new was birthed here. Next I have the Chariot. This is Cancer's major arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the whole deck. It's very fast. It's faster than the 8 of Wands we have in the shared energy. It's faster than this Knight of Swords that we have here in the shared energy. It's faster than that Knight of Wands we've seen. This is, at its core, it's about using the will to move forward past problems and challenges and obstacles and stuff that's in your way. It's like just through sheer will alone, getting past all that stuff and then moving forward very fast in success and victory. That looks like what you want. You have the will to overcome this, at least the willingness to put in the work, time, effort, and energy. You probably want to do that. But this can also represent someone wanting to get the hell out of Dodge, and they just get in the chariot and it's like, boom, I'm out, see you. This card also brings up an issue of alignment, because there are no reins that connect the driver to the beasts that pull it. He doesn't have any way to power and steer this thing except sheer will alone. And if he's not in full alignment, in other words, if all parts of himself aren't pulling in the same direction, then all parts of this aren't going to pull in the same direction. And either this won't move and it's every bit as stuck as the hangman, or worse yet, the dark side pulls one way. We definitely got a dark side out here. The light side will pull one way, and it will rip itself in half as it moves forward. This looks like sneaky, deceptive behavior, and then boom, I split and I'm out. Final clarifier here for your Ace of Cups is the Three of Cups, more Cancer energy. So in this column I have 4 clarifiers, 3 of them are Cancer energy. This has got 2 distinct meanings. Meaning number 1 is being reunited and celebrating, which looks like what you want. Fill the cup back up, get the connection back, rebirth this, let's overcome the obstacles and move forward successfully, and let's be reunited and celebrate. But the problem is the other meaning to the card can be a third-party love connection, because we do have 3 cups of love in the picture here. I've got 3 cups of love in the picture of the energy that's central to yours. 1, 2, 3. Something new getting birthed, sneaky deceptive behavior, and all this taking place in what appears to be a committed relationship, possibly even married or living together relationship. What's the last card for your energy, Pisces, is actually 3. We got the Tower, the 10 of Cups, and Death. We've already seen the Tower in the story on the bottom of the deck. This is the collapse of something. Usually, this is something big happens that nothing's the same anymore. This is the collapse of the relationship, or it's the collapse of the belief system you've been operating from. Which I think is what we're looking at here with this 10 of Cups and having the devil out here and this burden and all this energy of fighting for it, even though there's like 10 swords in it and it's dead. And even though death is here again, the Tower has collapsed and death, both of which are surrounding this idea of the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is Pisces energy, and this is everyone's goal in terms of love and emotions and relationships. This is the happily ever after card, the happy fairy tale ending card. Like, this is 2 people who are together and emotionally happy and content and fully in love, and it's like true love and happiness. Like, this is what we all want. The negative side to this card is that happy fairy tale component of it all, because we all want this so badly, and we all want to believe the relationship we're in is this happily ever after I've always dreamed of. Of course we want to believe that. We all want this. And that belief, when it's got distortion in it, but I'm pretending that this is the happily ever after I've always dreamed about, this is being married to that belief and that desire to have this, so much so that when red flags happen, it's like, wait a minute, if that red flag I just saw is true, then that invalidates this, and this can't possibly be this 10 of Cups thing, so I can't have that red flag. I got to ignore that red flag, or I got to sweep something under the rug here so I don't see that, because if that stuff exists, then this isn't true for this situation. And it's being married to that on like an unhealthy level where you're in denial about the things that are wrong with it, and you don't want to admit that they're there, and might even, I hate to say it, but you might even be getting defensive hearing me say this right now, because you want to protect this idea because it's so important to you. But we do have a collapse of the belief system here that this is the happily ever after that I've always dreamed of. We have death coming to that. And death is Scorpio major arcana energy. of something dying and coming to an end. It's also an energy of rebirth and transformation. But if you think about a caterpillar, like it goes into a cocoon and it ain't having a party in there. It's not fun and games for the caterpillar. It's dying. It's turning into like essentially putty and soup. And it's when it comes out of the cocoon, yes, it's a beautiful butterfly. But the process of going through that cocoon and coming out the other side is painful, not fun. And this represents that, yes, even though something's coming to an end that was important to you, the Ten of Cups idea of happily ever after and true love isn't what should be dying here. It shouldn't be that belief that it exists collapsing. It should be your false belief that what you have with this person is that Ten of Cups. There's a painful transition period for you after the collapse of that belief, but you will come out the other side better for it. It's just a matter of recognizing that while you're still in that cocoon, because it's not going to be pleasant in there. Tell me about the Tower, Ten of Cups, and Death, please. Why is that the final card? Pisces. This is a lot. That one and that one, okay. Normally I get 3 clarifiers. I just got 7 for that, which isn't surprising because normally that's 1 card and you had 3 cards for that. This 8 of Wands, like too much happening at once, too much coming at you, being overwhelmed. That makes a lot of sense now. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. This is explaining why the Tower collapsed around your belief of Ten of Cups with this person, why you're going through the painful thing. It's the non-committal. I can't stay committed to it. I keep changing my mind. Or it's that being a player and running back and forth and having some other person now that they're running back and forth passionately with. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is what's changed everything. This is what's changed the luck and fortune of this for you. The wheel has spun the other way now. This is a very radical shift. The Emperor. This feels like your person. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is it's an energy of control. It's about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation. It's a master manifester in the sense of this is a person with the tools and abilities and resources to put together a plan to get what they want. Yeah, 7 of Swords is sticking to my elbow when I'm talking about this. Putting together the plan to get what they want and then executing that plan to get what they want. This is the person who makes the rules and sets the boundaries and what they say goes. This is the person in charge. This is the person who has displayed this behavior that changed everything. That brought the Tower, which is right behind them. And it's almost like they're like trying to block it to not see what's going on behind me because everything back there belongs to me. But look what it leads to. It's like, yeah, Tower comes from merchant giving to 2 again. When I clarify the Tower, Ten of Cups, and Death, Judgment, the Sun, 6 of Swords, the Magician, the World, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. 4 of those 7 cards are Major Arcana. 2 of your 3 cards here that I'm clarifying now are Major Arcana. A lot of Major Arcana energy over here affecting you. That's like all of this with the exception of the Devil, the shared energy here. All of it's Minor Arcana except the Devil. Your person also only has 1 Major Arcana card. It's looking like the Devil belongs to them. But that's the problem with thinking you have the Ten of Cups with a toxic, distorted person. Like, these are the 2 same people from the Lover's card, but notice here they have horns and tails. Like, this is different. This is a distorted, twisted, toxic version of what love is supposed to be. And when you are in a relationship, it doesn't matter how enlightened or fully in alignment and balanced you are. It doesn't matter how much you've tweaked your chakras and you're vibrating high or whatever. If you're in a relationship with a person that's distorted, you are by default in a distorted connection, and being in a distorted connection will distort you on some level, no matter what you do. It's almost never a case of this person has this toxic stuff that needs healed and I see the pain they're in and I feel for them and I want to love them through it. You're never going to raise them up to you. They're going to distort you down to them. This Judgment card is the decision. It's the final decision. This is dead and over. Like, judgment has been passed. Two of Cups. Judgment's been passed on this connection. Judgment's been passed on this commitment between the two of you. I don't know that it was your judgment. I don't know that you decided it's over as much as everything was decided for you by the Emperor. Next I have the Sun, which is Leo Major Arcana. It's the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Really hard to get a better card than that in a love reading, but that ain't what it's talking about here. This is illumination, especially because I have the Moon here and the Queen of Swords in the same column as this. I'm skipping down to the Moon for a second. This is fear, worry, and anxiety, usually from uncertainty. Like, it's dark outside when the moon's out, and you can't always see the full path in front of you. You can't always see where you're going, or even your own hand in front of your face. So it's easy to go like, wait a minute, am I still on the right path? Was this even the right path for me to begin with? Did I screw up and make a wrong turn? Like, what do I do? Like, that level of uncertainty of not knowing something can make you fearful and worried and anxious. But when it's dark outside, things can be hidden in the dark. In other words, secrets can be kept. Things can be hidden from you. Illusions can happen where there's stuff going on that you don't know about and you don't see. Well, the next step is, in sequence, the Moon, then the Sun. The Sun comes up, shines its light into the darkness. It's not dark anymore. The shit that was hiding in the dark is exposed now, and you can see it for what it is. That looks like what happened here, because what the Sun's exposing is the birth of something new. And then there's the recognition of that. And again, that's tied to sneaky, deceptive behavior. It's also tied in the birth of something new to this very rapid exodus here towards the third party is what it looks like. Next, I have the Six of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is about moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind you, moving away from something painful and moving forward into your future towards something that you want. And this is the card that comes after the Five of Swords, which is usually a betrayal, or at the least a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. This is about moving away from that, moving away from pain and toward pleasure. Moving away from something from the past that was painful and toward the future, toward what you want instead. But the real choice in the matter, the woman, the child, the swords, and the boat, represent moving into the future, carrying burdens or lessons with you. And that's the real choice here. The painful thing has already happened. You can't change that at this point. Your only real choice right now is in moving forward. And when you move forward, are you going to carry the burden that painful thing caused you into the future with you and let that keep weighing you down? Are you going to stay stuck to this and unable to let go of it and continue to carry this burden into your future and weigh yourself down with that? Or are you going to carry forward into your future the lessons you learned from that pain and carry that forward so this never happens to you again? That's your real choice right there. But either way, this is leaving something behind and moving away from pain and into the future. I've got this whole row: sneaky, deceptive, going behind your back, getting the hell out of Dodge, leaving something behind and going away. That being manifested by someone here. This is the Magician, the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. This is the person whose thoughts and actions can shape the world around them to be in alignment with what their will desires, having all the tools and abilities to create the world any way they want it to be. This means someone manifested the situation I'm reading about right now, and that person is your person, because the Magician is also in their energy in that third card position that I'm clarifying for you right now, that position where they also got 3 cards in that position. This is them creating the situation through their thoughts and through their actions. They created this. The card right beside it is that third cup of love. This again, though, is like, this has collapsed around you and the decision has been made that it's dead and over, but you still want to resurrect it because you have happiness tied to it. Even though you saw what you saw, there's still like, there's struggle here with leaving this behind. And this could even be you wanting to manifest being reunited with them. Next, I have the World. This is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. It's the final card of the major arcana. It's literally the end, but at the same time starting back over at the beginning. This is the ending of the cycle between the two of you, but I can't shake the idea here of like wanting to manifest, let's start back over from the beginning. I got that same impression here in the central energy with filling the cup back up, starting over at square one. Next, I got the Moon. We've already seen that. Fear, worry, and anxiety. If like this is over and I got to start over at the beginning, what's the path moving forward? I can't see the whole thing from here. There's stuff I don't know. Possible secrets being kept here. And then the Queen of Swords, which is Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. Like, she's smart. She's aware. She sees what's going on around her. She knows what's happening, but she's also very fair, which is why she holds her hand out. She's offering to let someone speak their truth. Like, tell me your side of the story. This is a confrontation where there's a discussion about truth. And it looks like we run into a person who gets defensive in that situation and probably tells a story that's not exactly truthful here. But she knows the truth already, so the truth you tell her better match the truth she knows, or she cuts your head off with the sword. This is the off with your head queen. She represents speaking the truth on something, cutting off the thing or the person that is no longer in your best interest anymore. She usually represents the severing of the connection. This is almost like there's something secret going on and the truth gets exposed and the truth comes out about it. This also really feels like a cyclical pattern, like an over again, like, okay, that one's done, but now we're starting on the next one. Almost like the secrets and the lies and the, no, I didn't do it. This ain't the first time around that track. This is a multiple lap thing. This ain't the first time they've done this. That's your energy in this connection, Pisces. I'm hoping this is the point where you can tell me I'm completely full of shit and this is not what's happening for you, and sweet, I'll feel better. Scoot this over and get some more room and look at your person's energy. Pisces, your person and their energy. First card for them is most important. 2 of Swords. Central to their energy, 5 of Cups. And their final card, again, is 3 for them like it was for you. We got the Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. 2 of Swords is Libra energy. 2s are choices, they're decisions. This is a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. Sometimes it's because a person doesn't have enough information to decide, hence they don't decide. Sometimes it's because they know something, but they don't want to look at that. They don't want that to be the truth. They don't want to see that, so they keep the blinders on purpose. They're in denial about something, and that prevents a decision from being made. Sometimes this is just a case of being flat out stubborn, and I'm refusing to take the fucking blindfold off so I can see what the hell I'm doing. I'm just going to be stubborn about it and decide not to choose. Which, by the way, is still a choice. So let's clarify that. Tell me more about this 2 of Swords. Why is that the most important energy for Pisces person of interest? I knew it. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles. We've seen this repeatedly. Like I said, this is Capricorn energy. This is like a wife card, a mother card, like the person I'm building my life around. Person I live with and I'm building that 10 of Pentacles with. And now that person is single. Virgo energy, we've got that here in the overall energy, that 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Those are the two singles energies. This is being physically single, with you, without you, in spite of you. I don't need you to physically take care of me. I don't need you to financially take care of me. I'm abundant. I'm prosperous in my own right. I'm self-sufficient. I can do all this. Doesn't necessarily mean they want to be single. It just means there's some sort of a choice related to you in being physically single. And 2 of Pentacles. Notice we keep getting big streaks of Pentacle cards all together. This is like physical stuff, like home, family, money, assets. Like this is physical stuff here. 2 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Again, it's another decision or choice. This is weighing the options on something, looking at the pros and cons, asking questions like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Do I take this one? Do I take that one? Being the water with all the waves in the background, tossing the ships, that's rough, choppy emotions, emotionally unstable, off balance, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, can't make up my mind kind of an energy. We're clarifying a card about a decision that needs made and hasn't been made yet. More Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, so we're escalating again from 2 to 3. More Capricorn energy. This is teamwork and collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. The thing you would build together is the 10 of Pentacles, which again, the Queen and the King do. The King is out here in your person. So again, one more instance where it's a big giant hint that there's married people or living together people that I'm talking about here. Some decision needing to be made about that kind of family stuff, because that's all underlying this. Yeah, I have the Hermit, which is next, which is Virgo major arcana energy of withdrawal, isolation. Like this would usually mean communication has shut down. Someone ghosted here, it just disappeared. If communication is still happening, it's vastly different than it used to be. This is about going inside a person's self to do some soul searching and some deep inner reflection and deep contemplation, figuring out what to do moving forward here. What is it that I want to work on and invest my time, effort, and energy into? And then I have death behind that, something dying and transformation happening. And then I have this 4 of Pentacles, which is feeling less like I don't want to lose you, Pisces, and more feeling like this is mine and I want to hold on to it. I've seen a lot of Pentacles here. A lot of Pentacles, and this can be very greedy, stingy, I want to hold on to everything type of an energy. When I clarify this 2 of Swords, this decision that needs made but hasn't been made, I get the Lovers, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. So here we are again for like the 18th time with progressing energy one to the next. This reading started off that way with the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. It's happened quite a few times. This Lovers card is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This represents a powerful love connection. This is not the universe beaming down a message that says this person is the one for you. That's not what this card means. I know you will see a lot of readers try to tell you that this card means the twin flames, but then hell, they try to say that the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Cups are also the twin flames, and it's like none of those cards have jackbow shit to do with twin flames. A long time ago, before this card was even called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. It's about the interconnectedness between everything, even people in this world. Like, we can't make a decision without affecting the other person when we're in a connection here. We can't take actions without affecting the other person because we're connected. This card, because it used to be called the Choice, very often represents a choice in a powerful feeling connection like this. This kind of a connection can easily be construed in your mind as though this one's the one for me. But that's not what the card actually means. It just means somebody here has that feeling. But this also, like I said, being called the Choice can mean a choice in this connection. And they have a choice to make about this connection, about this idea of wife or being single. And which one of those two things do I want? Do I want the teamwork and the collaboration, or do I want the isolation and solitude of being by myself? Where do I want to invest my stuff? And it looks like death, but at the same time, I want to hold on to something. There's definitely this desire to start something new, though, because very next card is the Fool. Leap of faith on something new, but then we've got that Five of Wands internal conflict, because I'm in this Four of Wands stable home life, stable family life. There's something that they're waiting on. Again, here I'm going 5, 4, 3 backwards now, and then I get Eight of Cups, which is Pisces energy of detaching emotionally, detaching physically, walking away, going to see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Got the Five of Pentacles, abandonment, cast aside, breakup. This is either them getting kicked out or leaving. Ooh, they have a choice that at some point they weren't making. I don't know if they have made it yet. This could be them with like, hey, my personal happiness and wish fulfillment is the most important thing to me here. I've got these deep-seated things under the hood that are really in control of everything. It would be my personal happiness and wish fulfillment to have my two lovers and not have to choose between them. This could be a case of someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too, and maybe afraid if I leave wife or person I have a bunch of stuff combined together with, that I might lose some stuff I don't want to lose. So maybe I don't want to choose. Maybe I don't know how to make the choice either, though. I got Four of Wands, Four of Swords, Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. This is the minor arcana version of the Hermit. This is about like choosing to go inside yourself and try to calm your thinking, try to stabilize and balance your thoughts and your mind, and try to figure out what to do moving forward from here. And if that's what they're attempting to do, again with the escalating energy 2, 4, 5, if this is them attempting to figure out what to do, they don't do anything nice here. Five of Swords. We've already talked about this when we looked at the Six of Swords in your energy. This is that mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. This is a betrayal. This is a person who has this winning at all cost mentality. Like, dude, I'm going to get what I want, and my personal happiness is the most important thing. And for me to get my happiness, if you have to get hurt, well, sorry about your luck. I'm going to get what I want, no matter what the consequences. It can be that kind of an energy. It can be betrayal. It can be a big conflict, a fight, bitter words, words being used like weapons. It can be any number of negative things, but this is heavily indicating betrayal, fight, not pleasantness here. Central to their energy, Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. Again, fives, conflict. I just had a 5, got another 5. I've had 5s way too much. Just saw the 5 of Pentacles. I've seen the 5 of Wands a few times. Seen the Hierophant. It's out here now. Got all the 5s. Too much conflict. I'm getting screamed at again. The Lovers and the Devil. Again, look at that. It's the same two people on the cards. This is supposed to be divine connection if you're looking at it in the love sense. This is supposed to be love and connection the way the divine intended that to work when they conceived and created that energy. This ain't that. This is distorted as hell. This is a twisted, messed up version of this. It can easily masquerade as this. It can easily deceive you and trick you into believing it's this. Like, what's that saying? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making the world believe he didn't exist. Like, pulling that illusion that this isn't the devil, this is that. Like, it something's off bad here. The Five of Cups is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. It's being focused on the 3 cups that are spilled and all the love and emotions that are spilled and wasted, and the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. There's still 2 cups in the background, 2 upright cups, a connection here. They still feel a connection, but that ain't where their focus is. Their focus is on the spillage. Like, this is like what I've lost and what I don't have. There's the Two of Cups in the background is disturbing though, because yes, there is a connection there, but that Two Cups can also represent a choice between two cups and all of the pain and loss that's happened here. At its core, this card's about focus. Like whatever you focus on dictates what you feel. And for your person, they're focused on the past and they're feeling the past. They're focused on something they've lost and they're feeling the loss. They're focused on something that's missing. They're feeling the gap. This is possibly regret, remorse, guilt. Woe is me. Why is the Five of Cups central for Pisces person in October 2023? I have one in the deck that goes first here. Maybe more than one. Nope. Man. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Wands. It's that wishy-washy in and out, back and forth, not committed or can't stay fully committed to what they say they want energy. Can be a player, can be somebody who's playing two sides of the fence, somebody that has two lovers, somebody who's presenting themselves as single when they're probably not single, based on some toxicity that they have. Haven't seen this card this many times now, and the Devil. This is usually the person who's got some addictive type personality traits related to passion and desire, like a sex addict, or the kind of person that whenever his wand stands up and points at something, he's got to go running down the path and do something about that, see what's it pointing at and do something about it. It's somebody who can't contain their passion, desire side of things, and those urges and drives are really what controls them. They're not in control of that stuff. It controls them. Emperor. But they sure as shit try to put up that front that they're in control. This is the person who tries to act like I'm in control of everything because they're internally out of control. Internally, something controls them and they can't beat that and they can't control it. So they overcompensate by trying to control external things in their life, sometimes all the way down to trying to control you or other people or situations. Tower. As much as this looks like it's a tower for you, it's supposed to be a tower for them too, and I just don't think they're capable of getting the memo on that, or if they did get the memo, they can't read or something. And for you, even though it looks painful to go through, you are definitely going to come out the other side better for it. And this almost looks like someone like helping you dodge a bullet here, you know? It's like when I clarify this Five of Cups, sadness and remorse about the past, being focused in the wrong spot, I got the King of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Ten of Cups. King of Swords is either Aquarius or Gemini energy, depending on how you look at that. This is a decision-making energy. Kind of funny how we have a decision that needs made and it hasn't been made yet, but we got the decision maker here. What this is a person who, when they decide, they are completely emotionally detached when they make decisions. They don't consult emotions or intuition at all. It's strictly what's right in front of me, what can I see and verify, what's the truth and the facts, and I'm going to decide based on that. The reason for that is not because they don't have emotions. They do. They just don't like what their emotions feel like. This person's got some stuff that they never healed, and their emotions are unpleasant for them, so they try to rationalize the emotions away. This is the kind of person who tries to think their emotions. Like, you feel feelings, and you think thoughts. You don't think feelings, and you don't feel your feelings by thinking. Like, they've got that all wired wrong. But they don't want to feel emotions. They're also being very logical about their decision in this connection with you, and their decision about probably a choice between you and someone else. The damn Moon card was sticking to my elbow that time. Queen of Wands, this is Leo or Aries energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what she wants and she goes after it. She doesn't take no for an answer, doesn't accept excuses. This would be someone, if we're not talking about an Aries or a Leo or possibly a Sag, then we would be talking about a person who fits the qualities of being sexy, charming, good looking, vivacious, like fun to be around, life of the party. People are attracted to her physically. She would be physically and probably sexually active and attractive. I've got some period of time of pausing and thinking and figuring out what to do related to a decision about probably you and this other person. Then I've got the Hanged Man, Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck at a dead standstill. This is someone who is hanging upside down because they're trying to gain enlightenment on something. They're trying to figure out, look at things from a different perspective, a different point of view. Like, why is this stuck? How do I get this unstuck? But the problem with this energy is similar to the Hermit. They're both at their core about figuring out, how do I move forward from here? The key difference is where the focus goes. And I've already said your person has got their focus in the wrong spot. The Hermit is focused internally. They're looking at themselves like, okay, what's in my shadow that causes this problem for me? And what do I need to adjust about me? What do I need to work on internally about me so that things can move forward the way they should? This is a person who's looking at things from a different perspective. In other words, they're looking externally for, why is this stuck? Why is this not moving forward? What outside of me is causing this? So this could be a person who is like, ain't none of this my fault. This is your fault, Pisces. Or this is that person's fault. Or this situation's fault. Or it's my mommy's fault because she didn't treat me right when I was a little kid. Or so-and-so said bad things to me and that's why I act the way I do. But it's their fault. Or this is the blame game. This is like, it's always this external things problem and not my problem. I didn't do it. But it's not accurate. Things are stuck because there's a betrayal happening. They're stuck because there's a decision between two people. And that decision between two people probably came about because they were acting single when they weren't single. So they are at fault in that. And there is some element of sadness and remorse about it. But there's also, it doesn't feel like they fully grasp it. 10 of Cups. Again, Pisces energy, we've already seen this in your energy, the happy fairy tale ending, happy fairy tale love connection. That has had the brakes completely locked up on that. That is not moving forward at all. Stuck like Chuck. And the thing that's off is like, we got a Queen of Wands showing up in here. And you should be Queen of Cups, which you are here under this two singles energies and having judgment attached to you and still having a decision about what do you actually want for your world. Final card for your person, again, is 3 cards, just like it was for you. The Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. We've already seen the Magician in your energy, where it's talking about someone manifesting this moving away energy, this ending of a cycle energy. Oh, they're actually manifesting the 3 of Cups. I had that misaligned from where I moved it. This looks like you trying to manifest reuniting and them manifesting a 3rd cup. This Magician is, again, telling on them as being the person whose thoughts and actions created this situation. 10 of Wands. They're manifesting from a place of burden. That burden is already out here in the shared energy, Sagittarius energy. There it is again, tied to the devil, tied to these rapid, decisive, impulsive actions that aren't really thought through first, and then a defensiveness about that. This is almost screaming with that defensiveness and then this ending. This is almost like, how dare you accuse me of the things you just saw me doing? I'm out. Like, I'm done with this. There's some burden that they're carrying that probably causes them to manifest it. I know a lot of people think that manifesting is like some conscious act where, okay, for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to sit here and think really hard that I want $1,000,000. I'm manifesting $1,000,000, but that's not what manifesting is. That's called pipe dreaming. That's called wishful thinking. Manifesting is something we do 24 hours a day, whether we want to or not, whether we're even aware we're doing it or not. Like, go to the hospital, get a brain scan, and you'll see that you're emitting brain waves out of your head, broadcasting into the universe. That happens when you're asleep. It happens if you get pissed drunk and you pass out, you're still putting brain waves out. You do until you die. This is a person who is like manifesting things unconsciously from burdened places, from things burdened by pain. And that's why they generate what they generate here in the world. King of Pentacles, this is also husband figure, or person that you're building your life with figure. Half of the equation of the 10 of Pentacles that we keep referring to, and this probable marriage or living together, this is them probably being burdened by that. Being burdened by husband figure type of a thing. And they appear to be wanting to sow wild oats and not be stable, committed person. Tell me about the King of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and the Magician, please. Why is that here for Pisces person? Queen of Pentacles. Jeez. This 5 of Cups is making more sense now. The Queen of Pentacles, again, is the counterpart to that King of Pentacles. That was like husband and wife, mother and father, like the people that are building their lives together. 8 of Pentacles. Putting in the work, time, effort, and energy to get what I want with her. They're trying to manifest something with you from a place of being burdened. I think they're burdened by their emotions. They're burdened by what they did to hang things up. They had the opportunity to choose to do the right thing, and they chose to do the wrong thing. And there is some level of regret there. But there is also some level of, I don't see my fault in it. There's some level of toxicity still here. There's some level of pain that still hasn't been addressed, and the message the pain is trying to relay hasn't been received and acted on yet. There's still burden tied to that. So this is the type of thing that is likely to repeat, which I already said when I saw this Magician and the World, that this is not the first time we're on the merry-go-round here. This is a cycle thing here. Yeah. This looks like Hermit here with Virgo, Major Arcana energy, withdrawal, isolation, like not talking right now, soul searching, related to you and putting in the work on this. They're during the time when you're not talking, they're thinking about this and contemplating this and the working together and what we were building together, and it being off balance, and like, will they or won't they take me back? And this is like, should I or shouldn't I? 9 of Pentacles, singles energy again. Again, it's confirming that you're not physically together still. When I clarify that, Magician, 10 of Wands, King of Pentacles, I get 6 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Strength, King of Pentacles again. This person definitely has a choice, and I don't know that they're even aware what their damn choice is, but they have something about themselves that they need to look at and address. And currently they have the blinders on and refuse to take the blinders off to look at them. 6 of Cups is Scorpio energy of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days, the way things used to be between the two of you. It's a deep emotional connection. It can also represent someone from their past making a comeback, as in not necessarily someone that they used to be with, although it could be. It could just be someone that they have some kind of a history with, someone that they already have known for some period of time. That card of the past is tied to their energy of this trying to ignore my emotions and think logically, and that's it. Which is again also tied to the 5 of Cups, more Scorpio energy, card of the past as well, like sadness and remorse about the past. So they're having regrets, And whether or not they want to feel their feelings, they are not able to completely shut that out because this is too deep of a connection. But then we still have this Three of Wands, Aries energy of waiting on something, like being at the beginning stage of manifesting what they want. This is the stage where they have already decided what they want and which path they believe gets them to what they want. And they've started down that path. They've taken actions down that path. And the thing they want just hasn't materialized yet. They believe it will, it just hasn't happened yet, and they're still waiting on it. That's tied to the past, but at the same time, it's also tied to this Queen of Wands energy of this person that's sexy and vivacious and they're attracted to. Waiting on something there. There's a pause on the left side of her and waiting on the right side of her. She's surrounded by waiting and the Hanged Man and trying to stay out of my emotions in my head instead. It wouldn't surprise me if this person has done something that was a mistake with their other person, and now they're kind of in limbo because they already wrecked everything with you, and now something's not going right with this other person either, is what this feels like. Strength is next, the Leo Major Arcana. This is a card that says they're going through a very difficult situation that's requiring a lot of internal strength to make it through. They have the strength to make it through. They're just being forced to find it and tap into it. They're struggling with something here. I got too much burden energy, the devil. This is like a toxic piece that's really driving something, like urges and desires and drives. This is someone who's trying to tame that beast inside themselves. They're trying to rein themselves in and hold themselves back and not let themselves do something stupid that would be a mistake. But usually, like, seriously, do you think if the lion wants to, it can get away from her? Like, she can't contain it forever. It's there because it's choosing to be chill right now. If it decides to maul her ass and then go wreak havoc on whatever else is around, it totally can do that. So this is a person who struggles against a piece of themselves that's really in control. And I think they ultimately lose the struggle. Whatever they're waiting on and feel stuck by is very difficult. But there's still that betrayal energy there. This is almost like I'm trying to stop myself from doing this betrayal thing, but then there's also this energy of just waiting on it to where I can't contain it anymore. King of Pentacles, it's the husband card, Virgo or Taurus energy. It's the counterpart to this Queen of Pentacles that's still on the bottom of the deck. There's still definitely a desire to work on things here. There's them getting stuck thinking about the past, and I think they're burdened by the way they feel and what they created. But at the same time, there's still a lot of defensive energy here. Like, this almost is like a case of externally it ain't their fault, and that's what they're saying constantly, but internally they're starting to see that it is, but they don't want that to be true, so they're in denial about that. Even I do have King of Pentacles sitting right beside the Ten of Cups, and there's a gap over here under the betrayal, like an empty spot where there's no information. This is very confusing about what it is they're up to here. Don't get me wrong, this could be a case of somebody did something that they legitimately regret and have guilt and remorse about. But even if that's the case, there's still this internal thing they're struggling against and burdened by that controls manifesting for them what they create in the world. And there's still this I don't want to see it energy, I'm blocking it kind of an energy. Yeah, that I've seen way too much stuff that could, like, one of the meanings to this Knight of Swords is sometimes it gets called the narcissist of the deck. It's central to this shared energy affecting you both. I've seen the blame game, the victim mentality, the I'm not going to look at my own role in this, I'm not willing to face my own stuff, and I'm just going to pass that around to other people and inflict pain on them. It's like I've seen a lot of stuff that we could be dealing with a narcissistic husband or a narcissistic person that you lived with or just spent a lot of time with here. This doesn't look pleasant in the least bit, but I will freely admit to you that these 3 cards at the end, with putting in work, time, effort, and energy on it, throwing me off, because it looks like by the end of this they regret things badly enough that they're waiting and holding themselves back from trying to be the husband again. Now, if you still have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Pisces love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.